is Vivian Otabor, and today I'm at Kennesaw State University speaking about the new hiring playbook and how to land a job in 2025 and beyond. Right now, the economy is really bad. The job market is saturated. Recruiters are exhausted. And this session is to provide insights on what job seekers are doing wrong. And so I'm going to be covering all of the different strategies, all of the techniques, all of the tools, and everything that you need to do to land a job. It's almost time. Come ahead, let's go. What we're going to learn today is why the old playbook no longer works. And I'm sure each of you has an idea why it no longer works. We're going to cover the strategies that actually work in today's job market, how to position yourself like a brand. That's one of the major mistakes people make. We're also going to talk about how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is extremely crucial. How to message recruiters, how to message new contacts. Again, we just practiced networking. We're going to talk about how to message people the right way so they could respond and not just hear crickets. How to shift from mass applying to strategically pursuing roles, and why visibility and clarity are the new career currencies. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Vivian Otabor. I'm an executive coach, a career strategist, and I'm the founder of Agile Career Consulting. All right, so we're jumping right into it. Why the old playbook doesn't work. So I have a few snippets on here, but I want to turn it to you guys, right? Why do you feel the old playbook no longer works?
It's inflated by AI.
Oh, I love that. Okay, AI, too many applicants. Who else? Ghost jobs, okay, there we go. Yes. Selective hiring. Who you know is important. Yes.
What do they call them when the AI reads it for keywords?
ATS, yes, absolutely. Let's be real. People go to the job description, they copy the job description, they give it to ChatGPT, they say, create a resume or refine my resume and make it suitable for this role. ChatGPT is here to make our lives better, right? But the thing is, everybody is doing that. The people with the experience, the people with the skills, and the people who do not have the experience or the skills. So you can imagine everybody's resume is great. How many of you have seen a posting on LinkedIn? It's barely 5 hours and it says 500 applications. Now, imagine a recruiter pulls up the job posting and sees 500 applications, goes through the first 20, all great resumes, because these are all resumes that ChatGPT has enhanced. If I'm a recruiter, I'm going to be exhausted because that's a lot of work to go through all perfectly done resumes, right? So it's like you don't even have a fighting chance anymore. LinkedIn is a money-making tool, okay? Yes, LinkedIn helps people get connected. LinkedIn helps people find jobs. LinkedIn is a business. LinkedIn is making money from people who are subscribing to premium. LinkedIn is making money from the employers who pay LinkedIn to find ideal candidates. LinkedIn collects payments from organizations who want to promote and advertise their job postings. As a recruiter, if I search for a cloud engineer or a cloud architect, I'm not going to see your name or your profile because you have 20 years of experience or because you have all of the AWS certifications. No, I'm going to see your name first because you've been engaging, you've been active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a social media platform. So when you think about Facebook and you think about Instagram and you think about TikTok, the people whose profile or accounts come up first are the people who engage. Now, what has changed in hiring? Visibility and value is the new currency. So I know that back in the day, or maybe just a few years ago, a few months ago, people would easily get jobs because they have numerous certifications, right? They have all the AWS, all the cloud, Google Cloud certifications. They have fantastic degrees. They have years of experience. Now, it's tough for those individuals to land jobs if they're not doing anything more. What are you posting on LinkedIn? Are you talking about the new AWS features? Are you talking about the new GCP features? Are you talking about how you add value to your organization or the things that you're doing to build yourself? These are the things that you need to do to be visible. If AWS comes up with a new feature and you've read about it and you might not have used it before, writing an article that talks about how this would change the way people work or how engineers see things, that's amazing, right? Not only is it showing that you're interested, but it's showing that you are actually proactive. It's a new feature, you haven't used it, but you're already engaged and you're looking forward to using it. Type it in ChatGPT and say, please give me a LinkedIn profile. And of course, when ChatGPT gives it to you, please do your due diligence to read it, because ChatGPT doesn't always give you accurate information, but at least it does the heavy lifting for you. It puts together a nice posting that you can actually put on LinkedIn, right? So yes, it doesn't have to be yours. You can repost, you can comment. You just want to ensure that you're as engaged as possible. Your brand is how people identify you, right? What people know you as. So just disclaimer, I'm going to say this, right? So I came in here and I introduced myself as Vivian, career strategist, executive coach. What you guys don't know, I'm going to tell you, is I'm also an etiquette consultant. So I teach people how to have executive presence, how to be poised, how to be refined. If I'm using LinkedIn to get a job in cloud, I'm going to stick to cloud on LinkedIn. I'm not going to talk about my etiquette part, okay? I can leave that for Facebook or Instagram, but my brand on LinkedIn, I want people to know me as a career coach, as a career strategist. So I'm going to put out content relating to that. When you're focused and you know what you're trying to get, I'm trying to get a job in this area, your postings should be about that area. There's only so much far down the line people would go, right? Yes.
So what is the impressions thing on LinkedIn? When you do a post and it's like, you got 80 impressions, is that people who viewed your post?
Yes. So impressions is people who have seen it, people who have interacted with it. They might not necessarily have liked it or commented on the post, but it's been shown to those number of people.
Oh.
All right, so now we're going to jump into the new hiring playbook. How many of us have heard about the 4 Ps? Product, place, price, promotion. Yes, product, place, price, promotion. Product really talks about what is this product, what the product is. The price talks about what the product is worth. The place is where customers can find it, right? So if I want to go buy a phone, am I going to go to the farmer's market? No, right? I would go to the right place to find what I want. And then promotion is how the product gets attention, how people hear about the product. So now when we apply it to the new hiring playbook, the first one is position. Who are you and what value do you bring? Your package is how you showcase your worth through your resume, through your LinkedIn profile, bringing everything together. The hiring playbook has changed. So you cannot just spray and pray. You have to engage, you have to reach out, you have to network, reach out to people that you do not know and just talk to them. Let's say that person works in a company that you want to work at. You cannot reach out to them and say, hey, I see that you work for Facebook. I would love to get a job at Facebook. Can you refer me? You cannot do that, right? So saying something like, I admire the work that you do. I'm exploring new roles and I would love to connect to hear more about what you do. Or I want to connect to hear about the work culture. We have to be strategic. We cannot be too direct because nobody owes you anything. And that's how we get crickets. So be strategic. Think about how you show up for other people first and then they show up for you afterwards, because at this point, you need them more than they need you. The second one is reaching out to recruiters. So a lot of times LinkedIn would show us who the job poster is or the person who posted the job is. It's great to reach out to them to say, yes, I just applied for this job. I want to know more, all of that. But when you reach out to them, you cannot say, hey, I applied for this job. I want to know when you're going to start interviewing, or I want to know what the salary range is or what the process is, they're not going to answer you. You're going to get crickets, right? But if you reach out to that person and say, hey, I see that you have a posting for this job role. I'm extremely interested, and I want to hear more about what you're seeing in the job market. I want to understand what skills your employer is looking for. That way it positions you as someone who is looking for growth, someone who's interested in growing, someone who is not just looking for a hand me out or looking for them to push you forward. So you have to be strategic with your messaging and how you reach out to people. Now, in the little corner, I have a LinkedIn formula on what your LinkedIn headline should be: your role, your value, and the result. So it's not just, I'm a cloud architect. That's not enough. What value do you bring to the organization, and what has it resulted to?